The idea, the concept, as always, same as the other training sessions, you haven't got to always agree with it, you just need to understand it. So for this training session, we are literally going to focus on the bottom half of the sales wheel. We're not talking about advertising or stock or listing. We are literally talking about closing deals, asking for business, which is a lot more aggressive than perhaps the training sessions that we've done before. The idea behind this is that we stop you guys from being what I call tour guides. You guys have heard me say it in the Sunday morning meetings. I've stood up in Sunday morning meetings and I've called people out for being a tour guide. Perhaps someone who's done 30 or 40 viewings and have done no deals across the month. That's what I call a tour guide. So the idea behind this 1 hour is that we can stop you guys from being, or some of you from being tour guides, and actually turn it into cold, hard cash. Okay? You need to always finish the viewings with closing questions. So you've got to find a system that works for you. And then once you've found that, it's just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Rinse and repeat. Keep doing it again. So it's not necessarily to make money, it's to make more money. It's to really capitalize on your time. Remember, your time is money. None of us get a basic salary here. So the only thing we've all got in common is our time. You can either use your time to be profitable, or you can use your time to bumble along, okay? Make that phone call and call me back in 5 minutes. Don't just say, make that phone call and let me know, because that could take days. Make that phone call now, Mr. Broker, and please call me back in 5 minutes. So you're always adding a time frame. I'm expecting a call back from you in 5 minutes. If I haven't heard from you in 10 minutes, I will call you. If you're getting to this stage here between offer and deal and it's going wrong, you're like the 100-meter sprinter who is tripping over his shoelaces, after 95 meters. See, as a seller myself, I own real estate in here, and the way that I like to work, I hate playing the back and forth negotiation game. I'm like, this is my price, let me know if you want it. And I know that some brokers think I'm really arrogant by taking that approach, but I don't have time for all the back and forth. If you've got someone that wants to do a deal with me, this is the price. But that's my upbringing. That's my style of working. Doesn't mean everyone's like that. You are adding value to them. They don't care less about your time. They do care about their time. So what I would do is, the way that I would pitch that is, I understand that a lot of people will come backwards and forwards on this price, but there's no point in you wasting your own time and going up there for that viewing. Don't say you're going to waste my time, because that sounds quite rude. If you were to say to me, I don't want to go up there and waste my time, that's a really aggressive thing to say to somebody. But if you turned it around a different way and say, Charlotte, I don't advise you go up there. If you're planning to offer less than 75, I wouldn't even send you up there, because I don't want to waste your time. There's a massive argument to suggest as well that if you do the initial phone call perfectly, that you don't even need to give a hard sale at the end. Like, if you've added enough value and enough urgent, and we're going to come onto the phone call in a minute, the first point of contact. But if you've done a good enough job at the beginning, you don't need to lay it on that thick at the end. You don't need to be that real old school closer, because you've already demonstrated that you can add value to them. Know your product and have confidence in your product, then you can close. If your product is totally overpriced and you're trying to ram it down someone's throat, they're not going to take it regardless. Buyers are not silly. Tenants are not silly. They are going to do their homework. It's all a mindset. All of this is a mindset. I'm not asking you to work any extra hours. I want you to continue working the same hours that you're doing. But what I'm talking about is making your hours as profitable as possible for you. So that's why when you see me on Sunday morning meetings, I'm standing up and I'm going mental saying, stop, what's happening? These are the reasons why. Even if it's subject to a meteorite falling out the sky from the moon. But I want to see something from you as a buyer to lock into this property. If you're not even willing to come to the office for 1 hour and put down a deposit and sign a Form F, I'm really sorry, Mr. Buyer, you're not ready to do business with me. In terms of your point of view, as salespeople, we've got this awful reputation of giving our opinion, and it means nothing. Back your opinion up with data and stats, especially when you guys get into the sales team. You guys should be doing this already. Never turn up to a viewing unprepared without data and stats. Why is it a good deal? What was the last box sold for, and what were the upcoming units available for? People are smart, guys. Buyers are smart, they're educated. It's the same as tenants. I need to know I'm getting value. You've got to get to a stage where this is my point of view because A, B, C, D, E. Now you've got my attention. You've got one opportunity to make a first impression. One. So you've got to impress not only your clients, but other brokers. I've got brokers that have dealt with me for the last 10 years because they know that I'm a reasonably nice bloke to deal with on the phone. I certainly know my stuff. I certainly know my product. Qualify. This is basic sales, this part. We've done some very advanced sales, but this part here is very, very basic. Who are you? What are you looking for? Why are you looking for that area? When are you looking for it? But the key is what if. What if I had not the 3-bedroom facing the ocean? If this one has already gone, would you consider a 2-bed with maid's room? No? Fine. Would you consider a 4-bed, a much bigger property, but it's not got the lake view, it's got this? You would? Great, okay, so I can show you that as well. Would you consider another 3-bed, not quite as in good condition, but it is 15 grand cheaper? You would? That's fantastic. And then what you start to do is you start to position yourself and you open up the net. So that when I take you viewing, I'm not just turning up to show you one property. Because if I do that, trust is not built in 5 or 10 minutes. I want to take you out and I want to show you 10 properties. I want to spend my morning with you. That is the goal. I want to spend the whole morning, and by the end of the morning, you're doing business with me. We're signing. I come in every day just thinking, right, it's going to be a great day. Who am I going to close today? Occasionally it goes wrong. Occasionally there's some damage. Occasionally I lose a buyer. They go and buy from somebody else. Perhaps they change their mind. But I'm walking in the morning ready for a war.